Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. First of all, I hope each and every one of you had a fabulous Thanksgiving. I hope you got to spend it with friends and family and had a great time. So, as you can tell, the title of this video is my Christmas wish list. So first, let me tell you why it's titled that. So every year about this time for the last 3 years, I get some emails and I get some tweets and Facebook messages and things like that asking me if I have a Christmas wish list, which is extremely flattering to me for two reasons. First of all, just the fact that somebody thought about it and took the time to email and ask. And second of all, that somebody was willing to spend their hard-earned money to buy me a gift. Both time and money are incredibly precious commodities. You can never get time back, not 1 second, and money is hard to come by. So to give up either of those two things is for someone should be incredibly flattering to the person on the receiving end. But my standard answer is I don't have a Christmas wish list of things that I want people to get for me, because I have just about everything that I want. I have a nice watch, I have the clothes that I want, which happen to be, cheap stuff like H&M and American Eagle, that kind of stuff. But if I wanted something more expensive, I could get it for myself, and I'm very happy that I can. And I don't feel right asking other people to buy me things for Christmas or all of that. But since I have this platform to talk to you guys, and there are people out there who've been asking me, do I have a wish list and such, I'd like to ask you to do something for me. And that's since I've had an earned income, since I was a young kid and I started working, there are certain things that have always been very important to me and that I've contributed to. So if you're looking to give away some money, certainly don't give it to me. I don't need it. I have the things that I want. But if you'd like to do something that I would really appreciate, there are several charities that I think are just really incredible and really great organizations. Things that I donate to personally, things that I've met some of the people who run these things, and it's really incredible. So I want to tell you some of my favorites and why they're important to me. So first and foremost, the very first one that I ever got involved with contributing to it's Toys for Tots, and I'll put links to these on somewhere in the video or below it. But Toys for Tots, because my aunt, when we were kids, that was very meaningful to her. And I remember the first time I had an earned income, she told me, you need to give something to Toys for Tots, and she made me donate. And she explained to me how would you feel if you woke up one morning and you didn't have Christmas presents, or you didn't feel special on the day when all the other kids were made to feel super special. And as you get older, you realize just how important it is for children to feel wanted and needed and loved. And even though material things we know that material things and gifts and presents don't equal love, but to children, to wake up on Christmas morning and not have anything, and then they see their friends outside talking about the new toys that they got, that really can affect a child's sense of self-worth. And I just don't think any child should wake up on Christmas without something to smile about. So Toys for Tots is a big one. And I got involved with that because of my aunt, and that was a very meaningful one for her. Next is the American Cancer Society. And that one is incredibly meaningful to me because my mother passed away at 38 years old from cancer. And that's a disease that's touched my family several times, and it's such an awful thing to watch somebody you love go through, and it's certainly an issue that requires tons more research, and I just think the American Cancer Society does a really great job. So those Toys for Tots and the American Cancer Society are two things that I've donated to for a long time, and I think they're just great organizations. Three things that have just recently come to my attention over the last few years because of my travels and my participation in basically in this industry and meeting different people. One is it's called SAGE, and it's a really fabulous organization that deals with older gay seniors and a lot of the issues that come along with being older and gay. A lot of these people can be very lonely. They came out at a time when it could mean losing your family, and as they grew older, they lost their support structure and things like that. And I had a good friend here in San Francisco who was telling me about it, and it's headquartered in Manhattan, and I found it fascinating. My friend happened to be very good friends with the director of it, and so I asked him if there was any way he could set up a meeting with the director and I could learn more about it. And I have to tell you, I think it's such a fabulous organization, and it's a lot of people. We tend to focus a lot of the charitable giving and efforts on the part of the LGBT youth, and that's great. You know, certainly the young people struggling with their sexuality and all of that need a support system, but very rarely do you hear about the older people in our community who are really struggling and really need help. And I think Sage just does a fabulous job of addressing that. And you know, I hope you guys will look into it. It's sageusa.org if you're interested. So the next one that I just recently found out about over the past few years, I went to a charitable event for the Live Out Loud organization, and you know, it basically helps young gay youth find mentors and role models and people that they can look up to, and it also provides scholarships and college grants and things like that for people within the LGBT community who demonstrate excellence, you know, in their schools and things like that, as far as you know, just really being a great reflection of our community. And I think listening to these kids get on stage and talk about their stories was so moving to me. So, you know, for the past 3 years, that's been something that I've contributed to because I think it's just such a great organization. I hope you guys will certainly check out Sage and Live Out Loud. I think they're incredible. And then the last one that, you know, as I've gotten older, that I've looked into a lot more is AMFAR, which of course is the AIDS research charity. And if you think about all the wonderful kind of breakthroughs that are coming along and the progress that's being made in the research, how that's certainly fabulous, but there's still a long way to go, and it's another great one to contribute to. So again, this is a great season to think about charitable giving, and as much as flattering as it is that some of you wanted to, you know, buy me something from a Christmas wish list or something like that, you know, I've always made a decent living, and now I make a really great living doing something that has very little social utility. So certainly don't be giving me Christmas presents. I have everything that I want, and I'm thankful for that. But I would greatly appreciate it if some of you would look into some of these things that I've mentioned. I think they're fabulous organizations, and they do a world of good. And you know what? If none of those interest you, I hope you give to something that does interest you. Again, thank you so much for the year-round support you've given me, actually. The signing up for things on my site, buying things off my web store and that kind of stuff. And all that is tremendously appreciated. But again, I don't need anything from a Christmas wish list. I hope you guys will look into these things. And it is the season for giving, so I hope you give something, and I hope you encourage other people to give, even if it's at the expense of something for yourself. If you have more than you need and you have all of life's necessities, it's great to give to people who need more, and it's great to encourage other people to do the same. So I hope you guys have a very happy holiday, and thanks again for all the support. I appreciate it.